Carolina at Jacksonville. I feel like this is one we can agree on. We liked it at 7. It moved to 6.5. Trevor Lawrence injured. I don't believe he practiced yesterday. We continue to see he did not practice yesterday. I'm looking at my notes more clearly. Uh, Evan last week had a great stat about Bryce Young against the spread in the second half, one of the top 4 QBs. And we've seen this as Panthers backers for a couple consecutive weeks. He's just balling in the second half of these games. Um, so, you know, oh, here's a cool stat. Most turnover worthy plays since week 13. Trevor Lawrence 12, Nick Mullins 9. We're going to get to Nick Mullins and the Vikings. Patrick Mahomes 7. My point is, I'm comfortable with the Giants at 5.5. I'm also comfortable with the Carolina Panthers at 6.5.
Yeah, it's another game that I hate because it's something that we have to take, right? It's like this number's too big. We have to keep back in Carolina. It's just funny because every week I'm like, all right, finally the market will catch up to Carolina. We don't need to bet them every week. We have to bet them again. I'm with you, people. People keep bitching about it. I had someone complain there, like I've been on the sideline these last 2 weeks with Carolina because I just can't buy into them. I agree. I understand it. Like it's not been enjoyable, but we've been winning, Chad. And the number, it
Yeah.
feels like it's still too big. The market hasn't caught up to it. It's like even if Trevor Lawrence was fully healthy, I honestly could see this number being 7. Like I don't see it being that much higher because that's how bad the Jaguars have been playing defensively and offensively. So the fear here is I don't like backing Carolina on the road. They just this season have struggled on the road more so than at home. Like for some reason at home, they do rally. Their defense, I know they didn't show it last week, but historically this year, they played better at home than on the road. So if there was a spot for Trevor Lawrence to get right, this would be it. But me and Chad talked about it last show. He's got a bum shoulder, a bad leg, and he's coming off a concussion. Like it's crazy how banged up and held together this guy is. Now he's got Burns coming. Like, the D line of Carolina is not terrible. Like they can actually get after guys for the most part. So, yeah, Chad, like another game where I don't know if we're gonna make it our Foxhole, but I don't
Well,
hate this spot for Carolina at all.
I think it needs to be a foxhole or big balls because right now, um, we are on the Giants, as Simon says, and that would be the other contender for one of those two. We owe a foxhole and big balls. It feels big ballsy to me because back in Carolina at any point is big ballsy. And this would be, I think, our third time in a row backing the Panthers as our big balls bet of the week.
It's probably the right thing, but I don't think it takes that big of balls. I got a bigger balls bet coming up. And if you don't like it, we can go back to this one, but wait until you hear the game I like for our big balls game.
All right, well then let's put this in. Why don't we just put this in the foxhole?
You love this game. All right, we'll put in the Foxhole,
We're going
Carolina.
in the foxhole, Carolina.